Instead of what are creators like me doing wrong, I thought let's talk about what the experts are doing wrong. Top 10 mistakes that they're doing wrong, talking to newbies like me who want to start YouTube channels. You can tell I'm a bit fed up of listening to some of these experts. So, number one, I heard on a video yesterday, which has kind of prompted this. YouTube channel only worth doing if you're going to do it properly. No, it's not. It's not. If you search now for what I've learned from being on YouTube with under 100 subscribers or under 200 or under 500, lots of people out there saying even though they're micro small, even though they're figuring it out, it's still worth doing. So that's nonsense. Number two, research before. I've got this a little bit out of order here, but I'll talk about research before. The video I was watching yesterday, research this and research that and do hours and everything like that. And I thought, have you forgotten what it's like to turn on a camera and start something? I think they call it beginner's mind, in that it's really hard to remember what it's like to be a beginner. And I think they all get it wrong. They say just record, which I'll talk to later, but they're saying research, do hundreds of hours of research. And I say don't. See if you can get some momentum to hit record. See if you can turn the camera on and do anything. And that's the way forward. Number three, thumbnails. Thumbnails. I am sure it's better to do thumbnails way better than I have. In the past, I've experimented with doing some different thumbnails. I do not get any difference with my experiments, admittedly, maybe poor, and my just YouTube picking a picture of my face. I'm still getting like the 4% or whatever it is click-through rate. I'm sure it could be better. I'm not saying it could be better. I'm saying that listening to that advice of you must get your thumbnails, if you're not hitting record, if you're not making anything, if you don't know what you're talking about, then that is rubbish advice, in my opinion. Number four, know your niche. Probably should have said this before, research. Know your niche. You may well have your niche completely wrapped up. I thought I did. 10 years or so ago, I thought I knew my niche. I started doing some videos and it was crickets. And so, you know, what do you do? It's like, you keep trying. I felt completely misunderstood in terms of the things that I was talking about. I could have kept going with that. And what I've done more lately is just say, okay, throw it up in the air and say, I don't know. Let's just keep talking. I've been doing daily videos for 2 months now. This is my 2-month anniversary. And it's like, what am I naturally gravitating towards? Gravitating? Is that the right word? Towards, and who's naturally responding to me and following me? And we'll figure it out from there, because quite honestly, turning on the camera is so hard. That's why I'm doing the daily videos, and each day I'm thinking, I don't want to do this today, because I know that I'm not natural on camera. As I say, I just think that these experts have got no idea what it's like to turn on the camera for the first time. They're just completely forgotten. Maybe it's me being of a certain age that this is new. Maybe all youngsters are confident. Yay for you. Okay. What am I on? Number five. Number five, know your audience. Or don't. The experts say you should know your audience. You don't. I was convinced that I would have all women following me, doing the whatevers, and yet YouTube analytics says it's 90 or 91% men following me. I don't know why. I have an idea in mind when I'm speaking to people. I have overthought this side of things, but I don't think it's helpful in getting started to be so focused on that. I think at some point you have to create something and put it out there and see who is responding to you. And then it's kind of a bit of a conversation, like, is this what I want to encourage? Do I want to try something different? The best advice I've been given was not by a YouTube expert, and they were talking about collecting data, and I agree with that. You make something, you get some feedback. That's your data. You make something, feedback. Next, rubbish piece of advice. Research competition. I suppose this goes under research, but this is number 6. Research competition. You don't know your niche. You don't know your audience. You're not turning the camera on. You're not making anything. And you're supposed to be research. This is just another thing. If you've listened to Stephen Pressfield, who talks about the war of art, this is feeding resistance. This is like, I need to know this, I need to know that before you do anything. No, stop listening. Stop listening to those experts. Number 7, talking about editing. Oh, please, God. Please. Some of us are at capacity already in terms of overwhelm. I'm just thinking, is overwhelm a different point? Now, some of us are at capacity, and the idea of giving us another task to do when we're already thinking, this is impossible to turn on and hit record, this is impossible to speak, my mind goes blank, this is impossible. As I say, you don't need to do edits. You could just do shorts, even if you don't want to have a channel for shorts. Just to start speaking, try not to worry about editing. My own experience is that I really struggled with the standard editing software. Again, I'm older, I'm not the tech person. You may well have got this all sorted. I use an app now called Descript, and it comes up with all the, I was going to say font, it's not, the transcript. It has the transcript on the left and the video on the right, and I can just sort of scratch out words, and then it edits that out of the video, and I find that much easier. But I don't focus on editing, as you can tell. I'm just on my phone right now. Rubbish advice. Number 8, just hit record. Just, that word, just. It's nothing, just do it. I understand that they're saying get started. I understand that. But the word just is like, it's no big deal. It is a big deal. For some of us, it is a big deal to be on camera. It is a big deal to think that family and friends might see us. It is a big deal to put ourselves forward and do something different. It does feel like a big deal. It's not, because if you like me and you're starting and you're super small, some of your videos will have no views. And then some of them, I've got one video that's got 1,500 views, but yet people leave quite quickly, and I don't know how it's got to 1,500 views if so many people are leaving so quickly. But there's no just hit record. I think there must be better ways to talk about it than that. Neighbour banging gate, sorry about that. Number 9, talk to friends and get feedback. How nice for them that they have a social circle of people interested in them talking about their weird and wonderful hobbies and getting started. I do not, and I've done a video about this, talking about friends. I don't have people, social circles, who want to do videos, who want to create and do different things. Most of the people I know have jobs and normal lives, and this is all a bit weird to them. Now I'm doing this, and some of them have reached out to me saying how brave it is, but I don't have that group of people, and I feel like there's a massive assumption from the experts that we all are tapped into that. But like I say, this is the video I watched yesterday, and I look in the comments, and all the comments are, this is great advice, this is great advice. And I'm thinking, really? Is this helped you get started on YouTube? Is this, because that's the bit I'm at. I'm at the get started bit, not the I'm confident on camera and I know what I'm doing bit. Get started bit. Number 10, having a clear goal. And I think they were talking about like having a clear goal in terms of subscribers or what you want to get out of the channel. Yeah, what you want to get out of the channel, kind of money, subscribers, business. And this, I didn't have a clear goal for that. I suppose I have the general goal of I want to create something, but it's not super clear. You know what I really want to know? I really want to know, do people like me do things like this? Is it possible for somebody like me to do something like this? That's what I really want to know. The whole success and whatever, I just want to know, is this even possible? This is not, like I say, this is not my friend circle. This is not normal for me. Can people like me, with exactly my experience and financial situation and time and energy and all the pressures, can people like me do something like this? That's what I want to know. And why they aren't talking to more different people from different backgrounds when they're trying to encourage people, I don't know. Anyway, from the video that I watched yesterday, I think it was Colin and Samir, not sure I'm promoting them, but I will say as a bonus point that they got one thing which I thought was good advice, which I think they got off somebody else that they'd interviewed, and they were talking about it being Super Mario rule or something, where if you were playing a computer game and you failed, you don't think, oh, I'll give up. You just think, oh, I know that trap now, or I know that problem. And he was saying how that's how you need to think about YouTube. I was like, okay. Worth listening to the first half of this video for that. I couldn't listen to any more. As I say, I just thought I'm not their target audience. It's funny because I want the information about getting better on YouTube, but clearly I'm not their target audience. But I do like the Super Mario thing of, yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but you have another go, and then you try and close that gap and try and get to the next level and get a little bit better. So that is my 10 things that I think the experts are getting wrong. And I have 132 subscribers. I'm completely aware that I am nobody to talk about this. I just feel like, who's talking to people like me? Who's helping people like me to hit record? So if you're somebody who wants to hit record and just curious about it, I get you. You just want to know if it's possible for somebody like you to do something like this. It is. It is. We can figure this out. And then we'll get on to their expert fancy-pantsy advice later. But right now, let's just consider the possibility that it is possible for people like us to do stuff like this. Bye.